Welcome back, everyone. This is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, here with another video breaking down an event that some people are dreading, some people are really excited for, and that is Island Raid. Now, sadly, I don't have any video coverage of the Island Raid events or anything to expect, so I expect me to try and remake this video in the future, but I wanted to get some information out to you all before this event starts. And considering my schedule is usually Wednesdays and Saturdays for making these videos, I didn't feel like that would be a lot of time for you to adjust to what's going to happen for Island Raid if you are eligible for it. So bear with me in this video. There's not going to be a lot happening here. Now, what is Island Raid? Island Raid is an 8 alliance battle royale on a separate map. It's similar to KVK from Rise of Kingdoms, but on a much smaller scale. That's the best way that I can describe it for you. You're going to have 8 alliances that are supposedly equal or close to equal in power, facing off against each other on a completely separate map. This takes place over the course of 4 days, if I'm not mistaken. And the idea is to capture points on the map and take out your enemies in the process. What it kind of looks like is you're going to each start in different sections of the map, all 4 corners and centers of the map. You will build 2 different points on the map, same as you would in a regular game, only they will be a lot higher level, a lot more difficult to take, and you're going to be fighting other alliances that are dead set on taking those from you. But there are also some benefits to this. One, you get all the perks from being an Island Raid. These include different buffs that will appear around these villages that pop up on the map. These could be anywhere from 2 to 6% squad buffs to attack, defense, and health, healing, training, research, and building buffs, march speed buffs, the list goes on. There's a lot of different buffs that the game offers you just for being here and participating. I've seen some players come into Island Raid with the express purpose of picking up building and research buffs so that they can build these long 40, 50 day builds and researches a lot faster. With that, when you get here, make sure that you are on your alliance's helipad. Each alliance will get a helipad that is a safe, can't be taken zone, where most of your alliance members will be able to fit. Not all of them. I mean, you are talking about, in some cases, 150 members. But most of your members that are participating will be able to fit on this helipad, which is about bigger than a standard fort. It can't be taken from you. And so long as you're on it during the 4 days of the event, you cannot be attacked. Your shelter can't be attacked. Your gathering troops are not safe, but your shelter cannot be attacked. When you first teleport to the island, it is a random teleport. Find your alliance, get on your helipad. Do not give an opportunity for a whale to be able to zero you before you've even had a chance to play. It happens. I watched it happen to a couple of my own alliance mates in the last island. It's not a fun sight. So, get on your helipad. Next, you've got a short distance to go from your helipad to the first spot. Just to give you an idea, I have this zoomed out. You can get from your helipad to the level 6 village in 2 flags. I don't know if there's a spot on the map that requires 3, but most of them can make it in 2 flags. And the level 6 is open from the start. So Teleport to island, get on your helipad, start building. Get to your level 6 and expand your territory as quickly as possible. From there, you'll move further inward to the island, similar to like a zone 2, with no bridges or checkpoints to pass. You'll just be in the open field, hopefully not getting swarmed immediately after you start. Level 7 opens about 2 days in. After level 7 opens, you need to be around it and being able to protect it as soon as it opens. Once you've taken your level 7 is where a lot of the fighting starts, if it hasn't already. Some of the fighting happens day 1, but a good majority of it will happen around day 2 to day 3 when you're trying to establish dominance over the center of the map. Now, level 6 gives you 2,000 points. Level 7 gives you 6,000 points. The level 8, the center, you can take this and just one level 6 and win most of the time. You can just take the level 8 and win most of the time. I believe it is 16,000 points, if I'm not mistaken. But the idea is to have the most points when the timer hits 0. 4 days, whoever has the most points. Points are calculated by however many of these cities and their point values are connected to your territory. That means it has to be not only surrounded by your territory, but still active. So if on the last day you have an alliance come over here and cut off one of your flags and turn all of this gray, those points don't count. So be wary of that. I apologize for my voice. It seems to be getting a little bit out of control here. But I desperately needed to get this video out to you because I know Island Raid opened up for a lot of people over the last couple of weeks, and I want them to be prepared for this. This is both one of the most fun events out here and one of the most devastating because of the sheer amount of fighting that you're going to do, whether you want to or not, over the course of those 4 days. One other interesting point is that troops that are killed in combat during Island Raid, you get a percentage of those back. Now, the last couple of times has been 65%, which feels a little low, but believe me, with the amount of combat you'll have in towers, on shelters, and everything like that, you're going to rack up dead troops. You're going to want at least some of them back. And having that 500k troop return to you at the end of Island Raid is wonderful. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, I will probably be remaking this video, or at least updating it, when Saturday comes around. But if you're watching this video now before Island Raid starts, take the time to make sure that other alliances don't see you as hostile. Make sure you're making friends. Because if you try to come into an 8 alliance battle royale by yourself, you will lose. There's nothing there's nothing you can do to change that. I have watched some of the biggest whales fail on their own because they didn't have enough help. So keep that in mind. Work on gathering, get your resources up, make friends, and prep yourself for Island Raid over the next few days. It's going to be a lot of fun for you. For some, it's going to hurt, but hopefully you've watched this video and prepared yourself enough for that so it doesn't happen. Again, this is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad. If you have any questions, comments, or content ideas, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you.